Billionaire Democratic governor candidate J.B. Pritzker reported nearly $15 million in state taxable income last year, while rival Chris Kennedy listed $1.2 million, according to partial income tax returns both campaigns released Monday. Though it's not required by Illinois law, the issue of releasing tax return information has gained prominence because of the wealth of Pritzker and Kennedy, as well as Republican President Donald Trump's refusal last year to release his personal tax information during the presidential campaign. Republican Gov. Bruce Rauner, a wealthy private equity investor, has regularly released partial income tax returns. That includes those for last year, which showed he had more than $91 million in state taxable income, a significant drop from the $188 million he and wife Diana reported a year earlier. The Rauners paid $19.5 million in federal income taxes and $3.2 million in state income taxes. Pritzker, an heir to the Hyatt Hotel fortune and entrepreneur, released 3 years of partial tax returns that showed the candidate and wife Mary Catherine nearly quintupled their income from 2014, when they had a federal adjusted gross income of $3.1 million, to $14.95 million last year. The couple paid $4.1 million in federal taxes for 2016. Pritzker's income grew prominently the past 3 years, largely through money from partnerships and trusts, which totaled $13.2 million last year compared with $5.9 million the year before. In 2014, the Pritzkers reported $2.7 million in business income as their primary source of money. Pritzker spokeswoman Galia Slayan said the rise was based on investments and disbursements from trusts. Some trusts are required to give distributions every year, and in some years they did better, some years they did worse, she said. The returns also showed that in 2014, the couple paid no state income taxes after taking nearly $150,000 in tax credits for research and development, as well as for property taxes and educational expenses. Last year, the Pritzkers reported paying more than $456,000 in Illinois income taxes and in 2015 paid $180,000 to the state treasury, the documents show. Asked why Pritzker paid no Illinois income tax in 2014, Slayan said the candidate made personal venture capital investments in Illinois companies, which qualified him for angel investment tax credits. Pritzker, a co-founder of the 1871 Technology Hub, is worth $3.4 billion, according to Forbes magazine. The Pritzkers listed itemized deductions last year of $5.3 million to reduce their federal taxable income to nearly $9.7 million. In 2014, the couple reported itemized deductions of $274,000 and reduced their taxable income to $2.9 million, the records show. The campaign did not release the schedules or more detailed information, so it's unclear what those deductions were. Kennedy, an heir of the iconic Massachusetts political family, and wife Sheila paid $174,000 in federal income taxes and $43,127 in state income taxes last year. The campaign did not make available tax records from previous years or schedules showing deductions. Records for last year show the couple had $810,000 in itemized deductions to reduce their federal taxable income to $433,644. A campaign spokeswoman said the large deduction figure was the result of a donation to Top Box, the nonprofit food company Kennedy and his wife run. Pritzker has spent $35.2 million of his own money on his campaign, while Kennedy has spent more than $761,000 on his bid. Since 2014, Rauner has given $95.3 million to his political bank account, including $50 million at the end of 2016, State Sen. Daniel Biss of Evanston, another contender for the Democratic nomination for governor, repeatedly had pushed for Pritzker and Kennedy to release their income tax information. Biss, seeking the support of populist progressives, released 5 years of federal tax returns In April, those returns showed that in 2 of the years, including last year, BIS did not owe federal taxes. In a statement, BIS contended Pritzker and Kennedy fell short of their vow to release tax information after both spent months hiding their returns and using the same excuses we hear from Donald Trump. A short summary from only a year or 2 doesn't give a full picture. It only raises more questions. BIS said, voters deserve an explanation of why it took so long to release so little, and what Pritzker and Kennedy are hiding from the people whose trust they are asking for the release. If the tax information came on the same day that the governor candidates joined with hundreds of other politicians to submit candidacy petitions with the State Board of Elections to appear on the March 20 primary ballot, some candidates had camped out overnight, and staff with the Democratic Party of Illinois arrived days before to get a spot at the front of the line. Candidates clutched large stacks of petitions and joked about their arms being tired as they posed for photos. Standing near the front door, Democratic Rep. Teresa Ma of Chicago marveled at the difference a few years make, noting that she was at the back of the line when she first ran for office in 2015. Back then, she didn't have the backing of the Democratic Party, which is run by longtime House Speaker Michael Madigan. I am taking advantage of the benefits of incumbency. I was way in the back of the line 2 years ago. I didn't have the party support. And now I do, Ma said. I get to hop to the front of the line. I think the Speaker's staff, the Democratic Party, they've been here since Thanksgiving from what I understand, Ma said. In the governor's contests, Pritzker, Kennedy and BIS filed their paperwork, meaning there will be a lottery to determine which name is first on the ballot. Ronner won't have to worry about his ballot position after he was the lone Republican to file Monday. State Rep. Jean Ives of Wheaton, a 3-term lawmaker, said she will submit her petitions to challenge Ronner in the GOP primary later. The deadline is Dec. 4. There also was plenty of competition among Democrats for the primary nomination for Attorney General, a seat Lisa Madigan is giving up after 4 terms. Filing was former Gov. Pat Quinn, whom Ronner ousted in 2014, along with State Sen. Kwame Raoul, State Rep. Scott Drury, Highland Park Mayor Nancy Rotering and Attorney Renato Mariotti. Republican Attorney General candidate Erica Harold of Urbana also filed. Rick Pearson and David Heinzman reported from Chicago. Rep30@AOL.com, Heinzman at ChicagoTribune.com, Garcia at ChicagoTribune.com. Related Chris Kennedy's troubled Cleveland deal, taxes raised, company collected millions, Dem-Gov, debate Kennedy, BIS bash Madigan. Pritzker won't say if it's time for Speaker to go. Pritzker gave Blagojevich campaign $100,000. Holocaust Museum got $1 million grant.